So first off, we reviewed that the 6, 8, the top note is going to tell us that we receive or allowed 6 counts per measure. Not necessarily 6 notes, but 6 counts per measure. Like 4/4 time meant that we could have 4 counts, and 3/4 meant that we could have 3 counts. Alright, so here's where it gets a little tricky. The bottom number, 8, means that if we turn this fraction into a 1/8, and we remove the top note there, or turn the top note into a 1, and make that a 1/8 fraction, that means eighth notes equal 1 count. So if we apply that to our old 4/4, it makes a little bit more sense. So the top number allowed is 4. The bottom number said which note equals 1 count. So if we do that here, we get 1/4, meaning quarter notes equal 1. That's what we're used to. So if we apply again, go back to the 6/8, we get the same thing. We get 1/8. That means that eighth notes equal 1 count now. Okay, so what that means then is if we make kind of a rhythm chart here, eighth notes equal 1 count now, where quarter notes in the past equal 1. So it's going to change how we count on everything. No longer there. So we have eighth notes equal 1. Let's go ahead and clean that up. Alright, so now everything else, all the other notes, are doubled in value as well. Since the eighth notes were doubled, they were half a count. Now they're 1, so everything gets doubled. So quarter notes now equal 2. Dotted quarter notes are very important because they're 3 counts. That's half a measure, so they're very important in 6/8 time. The next one for 4 counts, we don't really use anything with 4 because it's kind of off kilter, or it's a weird count in 6/8 time. We don't like the count 4 in 6/8 time. We don't like the count 5 either. So the next big one that we use in 6/8 is the dotted half note. There will be our 6 count. So those are the 4 big ones that we will see mostly. We will not see whole notes because that technically is 8 counts. That's too much. Again, a half note is 4 counts, which we don't like either. Well, we can't have 8 whether we like it or not, but in 4 counts we don't use it all because it's, again, not really anything that works in 6/8 time very well. Alright, so the most basic measure, or the easiest measure of 6/8, is just 2 dotted quarter notes. That would be 1, 2, 3, and it's very sloppy, I know, 4, 5, and 6. So we just play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very simple. Okay, if we change that around a little bit, we could then do all eighth notes. Now remember, the eighth notes are now 1 apiece, and if in 6/8 time means we can put 6 of them, and we generally group them in groups of 3. We talked on Friday that that's very much like a triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like the triplet, we should also do a down, up, down, down, up, down, picking motion. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One after the other. Then, of course, we can start combining some of these together. We'll have some exercises to practice with this. Okay, so something like this would be 1, 2, 3, with the 2 and the 3 being held, and then 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reversing that. Do the 1, 2, 3 first, then the dotted quarter note. This would be then 1, 2, 3, all 3 of those being played, and then the 4, 5, and 6 is being held out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, where it gets really 680, as I like to call it, or sounds a lot like a 6/8 time, or where we get the true sound of a 6/8 time, is something like adding the quarter notes in. 1, 2 is the held one this time. This is a 3. Remember, they're 1 count each now for eighth notes. 4. The 5 is a 2 count, and then there's our 6. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bum, 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 bum. This is great to go down, up, and then whatever's over here. Probably a down. Down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and then of course there's many other combinations that we can do from there. But there's the basics of 6/8 time.